The Highland Games.
Squirmy worm.
We're back out on trail now after spending 2 days in a little town called Montrose in Colorado. So my sister ended up picking us up and taking us out to Montrose because there was no accommodation. Well, nothing reasonably priced anyway in Silver City. So we ended up just chilling out, had a few beers for my birthday, ate a lot of chicken wings, and we basically just lay around and slept. Just took it easy because that last section knocked the wind out of us altogether. And even now, this is the first full day on the trail, even though we got here last night. We climbed up 1,200 feet last night, camped along them large plains you see in the distance with my sister actually. So she's on her way back to the car now. But yeah, we're about 5 miles in on our first full day. So the plan is it's going to be a 7-day hike now to a little place called Monarch Mountain Lodge. So I'm looking forward to getting to there because I've got a few bottles of mead on the way as well. And I've got a brand new pair of runners on the way. So the ones that I'm wearing now at the minute, I had to doctor them again this morning. So I got some Gorilla Tape. Seems to be doing the job. But the views this morning have been spectacular. And we're very excited to get stuck into this next section, which actually crosses the Colorado Trail now as well. So we're hoping to actually bump into some of our friends from the through hike on the PCT in 2018. So the freewheel's just up ahead. I'm going to sit down and chill out and have a snack. Yeah.
Light. What are you doing?
Just what I'm eating. I'm just watching the beaver build the dam. What do you see this? This is pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see that for the first time. He's got 3 dams on here. So that was pretty cool, watching him building the dam. I'm currently about halfway up the second climb of the day. So we're going to pass over San Luis Pass very shortly. I have about 600 feet to go. So I've covered about 600 already. And it was basically straight up at the start, but it's leveled off a little bit now. So it looks a little bit brutal near the end. So I'm not exactly looking forward to it because the first climb was horrendous. It was straight up as well. So I was afraid to lean back in case I fell back down the mountain. So we've got one more climb after this. It's about 1,200 feet, maybe even 1,300 feet, I think. So I don't think it's going to be as bad as these first two, but look, we'll see. And the energy levels aren't the greatest today either. I'm just exhausted. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it can't be the town food because we ate well and we didn't have too many beers. So it has to be just these mountains, and that's it. So, but I'm going to push ahead. There's a storm rolling in now as well, which has made it a little bit cooler because every time the sun shines on you, it's stinking hot. And then when the clouds roll over, it gets cold. So it's nice when you're walking, but not when you're stopped. It's freezing when you're stopped. So I'll get up this mountain and get down the other side. So here's freewheel. Freewheeling just up ahead. And here's Montana. Marching towards the top. This is going to be tough. This is definitely going to be a tough climb. I don't like it when I can see what I'm going to put myself through. I've just stopped to take another breather. It's a tough climb, I'll tell you that. But it is what it is. It's the rewards at the top. Once you get to the top, I reckon I'm about 300 feet away now. So I've lost sight of the boys. So I think they're up near the top. But as I said, the rewards at the top, that's what drives me on. They try and get up these hills, or these mountains. So out here, it's just a different world altogether. Like, we've just recently started coming across other hikers now on the Colorado Trail. We've basically had the whole trail to ourselves since the start until now. So it's strange to come across people. But it's just a place where it's so peaceful. You can get out here to clear your head. That's one thing that always worked for me down through the years, was if I had a stressful day or a stressful week at work, I would head away for the 2 days at the weekend, head out into the bush, set up camp, bring some whiskey, and just chill out and recharge the batteries. And you come back a new man. But it doesn't necessarily have to be heading out into the bush for 2 days. Some people, especially in today's climate, with the bullshit that's going on, people are losing their jobs and there's a lot of question marks everywhere. So for me, it's getting outside. Some people might be horse riding, some people might be swimming, some people might be walking their dog along the river. So, but they're all things that involve the outdoors. This climb is teaching me a lesson, I'll tell you that. I see freewheel. Freewheel is not far up ahead. Can't see Montana. But in positive news, my shoe operation this morning has held up nicely. So they haven't fallen apart and the tape hasn't come off. Looks like we're heading up there somewhere. But this big thing over there is called Mount San Luis, I think it is. It's over 14,000 feet. So we go up pretty close to that this evening. So we're just approaching the last climb of the day. And then it's just find a camp spot then. Hopefully we get over to the other side and get some tree coverage. But today's been tough. It's always tough. First couple of days out of town are horrendous, to be honest with you. Your pack's at its heaviest and your body stiffens up when you spend a little bit of time in town. It's as if your body just goes into autopilot and just shuts down. Everything seizes up. So I'm having problems with my legs at the minute. So I think they're full of lactic acid. I have the energy to get up the hills and I have the motivation, but my legs ain't cooperating at all. I need to get into some cold water and see if that helps. But I don't think there's going to be any cold water for a while that I can swim in. So, but look, we'll see. Let's try and get up this hill and get the day over and done with. I'm almost at camp and I'm ready to eat, to be honest with you. So I don't know what I'm going to have tonight. I might go pasta and Idahoan potatoes with some Parmesan cheese, pepper, turmeric, garlic powder, olive oil, and some tapatio. So I'll have a look when I get down here, but I'm very, very hungry right now. So I'm about a half a mile away from where we think we're going to camp tonight. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it's actually free because it's the only flat spot that has water for a little ways. So we don't want to be walking too late. There's water just on my right hand side, but it's a drop to get down there, so I'll not be camping anywhere around here. It's a fine morning and we're three very happy hikers because most of today will be downhill and we haven't seen that for a long time. So the first 10 miles or so will be basically all downhill. We're following a river over to the right hand side as well. So we definitely need it because by the time I got into camp last night, I think it was after 9 o'clock, we had done almost 18 miles and probably went up roughly about 5,000 feet all up over the day and probably went down roughly the same. So my feet were feeling it, my back was feeling it as well, so and my shoulders. So the shoes at the minute, I'm feeling all the pebbles and stones, so even the bottoms, the soles are starting to disappear. So I definitely need these new pair of shoes soon, but I've still got about 80 miles to go. But the Gorilla Tape that I put on yesterday seems to be doing the trick. It hasn't come off yet. So, fingers crossed, but I have some in reserve. I brought some with me, just in case. So we're gonna go do a bit of fishing, go for a swim at some stage, hopefully soon enough, because I need to get these legs into the cold water and try and get this lactic acid moving. But I'm gonna get down this hill, and I'm gonna enjoy the flat and downhill for once. It's coming down quick. There's hail in that as well. As soon as we leave the trees, the heavens open up. It's always the way, isn't it? Getting absolutely hammered. Maybe we'll see the tree. And it's back to sunshine again, just like that, in the space of 20 minutes. That was actually the second storm we got in about an hour. So as soon as we left the trees, bang, down came the second one. So, but you're better off just getting wet. You dry up again pretty quickly. The sun's pretty strong and there's a bit of a breeze. So let's hope we don't get hammered again. I've just come up and over the last climb. Well, actually, it was the only climb of the day. We've been following the river all day and it was basically just flat. So it was a pretty boring day, to be honest. Every time we went to stop at the river to go for a swim, it started raining or it got cold. And then we'd hike again, the sun would come out, then we'd stop, then it would get cold and it would rain. So it was like that all day. I think it happened 5 or 6 times. But near the end, before the climb, we actually got a chance to get a swim. So I'm just out in front now looking for somewhere flat to camp. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll find something the next mile and a half. It's currently 7 o'clock and I'm hoping to camp somewhere where there's no bugs or flies, because that's another thing that's been getting on my nerves all day as well. So, and my backpack is Well, the strap isn't tight enough at the minute because I've lost a bit of weight. So I'm going to have to try and doctor that somehow, build it out. But I'm in the process of actually going to contact Osprey and see if I can get a new pack, because this one's actually falling apart now as well. So it might actually be something to do with that. But I'm going to get out here and try and find a camp. It's hard getting up this morning. I set my tent up on a slope. So I didn't get the best sleep. Oh, it's after 6, so I need to get up. We've just come up over our first climb for the day, and it was a good one to get the blood going because I didn't get much sleep last night. I set my tent up on a little bit of a slope. I'm going to say a little bit. It was only a slight slope, but that was enough to send me to the left-hand side for most of the night, just sliding down to the corner. So I didn't get much sleep at all. And also, when I went to my bed, it was warm because we're back down around 9,000 feet now. And I actually took off my puffy. So then the usual happens around 2-3 o'clock. The cold starts setting in, and then just before the sun comes up, about an hour before the sun comes up, it's always at its coldest. So I was sitting there freezing. So I don't know how many hours I got to sleep, to be honest with you. But to put a smile on everyone's faces, we're actually crossing 1,000 miles today. So we're about 58 days in, I think, almost 2 months. And it's not every day you get to wake up and say, I've just walked 1,000 miles. I think we're about 2 or 3 miles off it now. So the plan is to get there, have a break. There's not much water around here at the minute because we're back into the open ranch lands and the locals have showed up again. We're going to try and knock out between 15 and 20 today if we can. We've done about 17 or 18 yesterday, which was good. So it's relatively easy going today again. We're going to come up on a highway as well. So hopefully, fingers crossed, there's going to be some trail magic there. But yeah, march on to this 1,000 mile marker and we'll sit down and celebrate with some whiskey. 1,000 miles. There's no sign. There's 2 stumps there. You just walked 1,000 miles, boy. Drink some whiskey. It's been a tough 2 days, and it's been a tough 2 days mentally. We just passed the 1,000 mile marker, and I didn't seem too excited, to be honest with you. So I'm just going through one of them mental lulls at the minute. So where everything's just annoying me. My pack's not sitting right. It's starting to fall apart. The fanny pack that I have is pulling on one side. And because I've lost weight now, I can't get it to sit right in the back side of the pack. So the buckles are digging into me. And if it's not the buckles digging into me, it'll be the strap digging into me. And if it's not the strap, the shorts are falling down too far. And if it's not the shorts, it's the shoulders. It's a whole combination of things at the minute, to be honest with you. So I'm just going through one of them phases that I've been through before on the Pacific Crest Trail, where you've just got to pull your head out of your ass. And that's where it's jammed inside now at the minute. Because not every day is a luxurious walk where everything's all nice and fancy and dandy and full of fluffy clouds and fairy lights. It's not just the ankle injuries, it's not just the knee injuries. It's the mental attitude that you have as well when you're approaching every day. So the last 2 mornings, I've basically had to throw myself out of bed because I've just been that stiff from my neck to my lower back. My legs are fine. They do feel like I'm carrying around 2 dead weights. It's like I'm carrying around 2 lumps of lead at the minute. But they're still getting me 17, 18 miles a day, so I can't complain. But I do have to sort out the lower back. The lower back has given me a few issues. Every time I stop, I seize up. So, and I have to stop. I have to stop and have a break. So it was like when I was on the PCT, I had this injury with my glute where I couldn't sit down, and this went on for about 2 or 3 weeks. At the minute, I can sit down, but it's getting back up again. So just these little things wreak havoc inside your head, and we're back down to low elevations again, so we're carrying a little bit extra water, and we're starting to bump into a lot more people as well. So things have changed, and they've changed basically overnight. So we stopped and had a quick break there. We had some hot chocolate and some coffee, and we had a good laugh actually. We sat around, and Freewheel had us all in tears as usual. So that's given me a little bit of a boost, because yesterday I basically spent most of yesterday inside my head, trying to actually get myself motivated to keep going. So, but I'll be fine. I've been here before, and I'll get myself out of it. I'm already starting to feel a lot better. My pack's a lot lighter. I ate quite a bit of food last night, and ate quite a bit of food yesterday. So that's definitely been a blessing in disguise. And I'm carrying too much weight. That's the problem. I'm carrying way too much food. So I've got to be smart with my my resupply. Even though I've got a box waiting on me in Monarch Lodge, I'm going to go through the box with a fine comb. And I'm not taking anything just for the sake of carrying it, because I'm carrying vitamin powder and a few other things at the minute that I'm not even using. So I've got to get rid of all that stuff, and just focus on the stuff that I actually need, like Bushmills whiskey and drinking horn mead, which will be waiting on me at the next stop. So, but you can't go hiking without whiskey. We stop for a break, the sun is shining, and we take off. 5 minutes later, the heavens open up. The same as yesterday, but it's refreshing.
Get on, get.
No more than we jump under a tree, the rain stops. Oh, it's back. See what I mean? Fuck over your head every 5 minutes.
14 grams of fat.
You trying to say I'm fat, boy?
No, I'm wondering how many tablespoons I could go on this a day. Probably, because I'm not. I had to pack of oatmeal the other day. Took a couple spoons.
I'd always put ketchup or something on top of it. Or HP brown sauce. You ever taste HP brown sauce? I don't think it's I don't think you'll be able to get it out here.
Damn, I'm getting 16 grams of fat.
Smack it out of him. My daddy killed this cow with his bare hands 6 years ago.
Your daddy's a liar.
Montana. Oh, that's the catch, lad. That's how you catch him, eh? You don't run away from whiskey again, boy.
I didn't know, Daddy. Here's me, Montana. I want to show Daddy I can play foosball. Here, I'm open.
Oh no. Yeah. We've just taken off from lunch, and the spirits are high again, which is good. We were laughing there for about an hour solid. So we're going to march down for about another 7 or 8 miles and see where we end up. So we had potatoes, and Freewheel hiked out some butter as well, so it was great to have mashed potatoes and butter with something called ghee. It was bloody tasty, I'll tell you that. All I used was tapatio, cheese, parmesan, and a bit of pepper, and a little bit of olive oil as well, and some salmon. It was great. And
You just have to believe.
that passing hikers just told us there's trail magic half a mile up a trail. Believe, boy. I told you. Boys, I knew. I smelt it. I smelt it yesterday. Same way I was smelling your gas 10 minutes ago in Montana. How dare you fart in my trees, boy. Well, that was the biggest anticlimax I ever did see. We were told by a passing CT hiker that some old lady, some lovely old lady, was up ahead in a white van giving out some of the best and finest trail magic. So we done what any normal through hiker would do. We got excited, very excited, so excited. We started imagining beers and burgers and hot dogs and fried onions. Basically anything that someone could cook out in the wild in the back of a van. We approached the first corner 5 minutes after speaking to the CT hiker, and would you believe it? We seen the white van going up and back, the switchbacks, the whole way up the mountain. We could see that it left the trailhead down below. And I thought, no, please, not us. Because we've been thinking about this for 2 or 3 days. We were even talking about it this morning. We even asked other CT hikers, had they seen any trail magic? And they said no. Our prayers were answered. The van was there, but nah, it was vanishing into the hillside of switchbacks and away from us. But anyway, we continued on. Our bellies were full. We just had lunch. And about 10 minutes later, we came around another corner and we could see that the road would continue on down. There was another white van. Would you believe it? 2 white vans on a dirt road in the middle of nowhere. So myself and Freewheel approached the white van with care. The sliding door opened. The music came on. The trumpets appeared. There was people singing everywhere. I even shouted hallelujah. I was just waiting for the beer to come out through the door. I was like, yes, boys. We have reached the promised land. We have worked hard for this. But no, she whispered the words, are you lost? Do you need water? Do I look as if I'm lost? Do I look as if I need water? Well, thanks for asking for the water, to be honest with you, yes. But no, you were supposed to ask, do you need a beer, lads? I've got cold beers here for you. They've been sitting here for a while. But no. And the 3 of us headed off with our tail between our legs and up the switchbacks we went after the trail magic. But it's been a roller coaster day, I'll tell you that. But a good day. A very good day. We're almost at the end of the day, and it's decided to dump on us one last time. So I think this would be probably shower 6 or 7. So we got to get used to this now. But we're coming up on Highway 114, I think it's called. I've got 2 cyclists behind me. So I've actually got my fingers crossed that runaway van is down here somewhere. But then again, you never know. So stranger things have happened. But I'm looking forward to getting to camp tonight. And I think it's actually going to be an early night for us, which is good. Try and get up early again tomorrow. But it was a good day, fantastic day. So let's see what's down at this highway now.